Are we watching the downfall of one of music's most admired couples? Or is this just another internet frenzy that'll fade away by next week? Fans have been buzzing with whispers that ASAP Rocky, once hailed for his edgy style and undeniable chemistry with Rihanna, may have risked it all by getting entangled in a scandalous affair, allegedly with none other than Asian Doll. The idea alone is enough to raise eyebrows. How does someone go from being Rihanna's partner and father to her children, to the subject of rumors involving late-night flings and secret meetups? Through gossip sites, insider chatter, and cryptic social media posts, a story has emerged that's both shocking and oddly compelling. Some say this could spell doom for their high-profile romance, while others argue it's just another day in the celebrity rumor mill. One thing is clear: people can't stop talking about it. From the hush-hush beginnings of Rihanna and Rocky's relationship, to the swirling accusations that he's been stepping out on her, even during her pregnancy, this situation has enough twists and turns to keep anyone glued. The question is, how much of it is real, and how much is mere speculation? Let's unpack all the whispers, the confessions, and the head-turning surprises that have lit a fire under social media and captured the attention of fans worldwide. Get ready for a story that juggles devoted loyalty, betrayal rumors, and the curiosity of everyone watching from the sidelines. Before we dive into the latest wave of suspicion, it's worth remembering why people became so invested in Rihanna and ASAP Rocky to begin with. Their story kicked off in a realm beyond typical celebrity flings. They collaborated on music projects, appeared side by side at glitzy fashion events, and generally seemed like the embodiment of creative synergy. Rihanna was already cemented in pop culture history as a boundary-pushing icon, her bold spirit blending music, fashion, and business. Meanwhile, ASAP Rocky was known for his distinct flair, bridging the gap between streetwear and high-end couture while delivering chart-climbing hits. For years, fans speculated about the chemistry. Were they dating? Just friends? Every time they'd appear in the same room, the rumor mill would start churning, fueled by photos of them laughing together backstage, playful interviews, and little teases that hinted there might be more going on. Then came that defining moment when they stepped out as an official couple, confirmation that two of the most charismatic figures in pop culture had finally joined forces romantically. The public reaction was immediate and electric. Social media practically exploded with excitement, partly because their union felt refreshingly authentic. There was a seamless vibe between them that people found irresistible. Within months, gossip magazines and entertainment news outlets couldn't stop marveling at their dynamic. Everything they did together became news, from lavish vacations in Europe to casual strolls around New York. Then came the pregnancy announcements, twice. Rihanna made headlines in spectacular fashion, whether donning her signature belly-bearing outfits at events or simply beaming with that pregnancy glow. On top of that, her unwavering support for ASAP Rocky when he faced legal issues showed a kind of ride-or-die partnership that fans swooned over. So how did we go from this seemingly rock-solid foundation to scandalous allegations of cheating? The transition from media darlings to tabloid fodder didn't happen overnight, but the seeds were planted the moment rumors of a potential affair started circulating. And as we'll soon see, the details only get more confounding. Not long after the world had collectively swooned over Rihanna's baby bump, whispers started swirling that ASAP Rocky might be straying. It began with unverified accounts on social media suggesting that cracks in their relationship were deeper than anyone suspected. At first, these rumblings were brushed off as baseless chatter, common in the realm of high-profile couples who face constant speculation. Then, a few cryptic clues surfaced. A stray comment here and there from alleged insiders hinted that Rihanna, despite her radiant public appearances, was under considerable emotional strain. The timeline raised eyebrows. Pregnant with her second child, Rihanna was spotted at various events looking stunning, yet somewhat reserved. Fans noted that in certain photographs, a usual spark in her eyes seemed dimmer. Of course, pregnancy can take a toll physically and emotionally, but that explanation didn't stop the rumor mill from churning. On Twitter and Instagram, self-proclaimed insiders dropped hints that the tension revolved around ASAP's late-night partying and associations with a flurry of unnamed women. While no one had concrete proof, the mere idea started to weigh on public perception. It got wilder when a supposed friend of a friend claimed that Rihanna hesitated to walk down the aisle because she wasn't entirely sure about ASAP's loyalty. This unverified snippet landed like a bombshell, especially since many believed she had every reason to protect her billion-dollar empire. The thought that Rihanna, who always seemed fearless and in control, might be grappling with uncertainty added extra layers of intrigue. People wanted answers, but official statements were nowhere to be found. Instead, the hush around these rumors kept intensifying them. Despite the hush, fans still clung to hope. They reasoned that every relationship has hurdles, and the rumor circuit loves to spin tall tales. Yet the gossip took a darker turn when it started involving specific names, timelines, and scandalous details. It was no longer just ASAP might be cheating. It became ASAP was seen with so-and-so at this club, while Rihanna was at home pregnant. In an era where social media can instantly amplify any claim, plausible or not, these stories spread like wildfire. Still, as we'll soon discover, one name rose above the rest in these murky allegations, prompting many to question just how secure Rihanna and ASAP's partnership truly was. It's one thing to hear that ASAP Rocky might have a wandering eye. It's another to attach a specific name to those rumors. When word broke that he'd been linked to Asian Doll, the internet erupted. Asian Doll, known for her raw social media presence and rap persona, has never been one to shy away from controversy. The notion that she played a role in a potential relationship bombshell was enough to make fans do a collective double-take. How, they wondered, does someone go from collaborating with top-tier industry artists to getting dragged into a swirl of speculation involving one of the world's biggest superstars? These whispers caught fire when a figure named Summer Bunny, no stranger to drama herself, publicly claimed that Asian Doll had been hooking up with ASAP behind Rihanna's back. Summer Bunny didn't mince words either. She alluded to these alleged meetups happening while Rihanna was heavily pregnant, emphasizing the level of betrayal and shock that such a rumor would carry. Of course, critics were quick to label this as a clout-chasing tactic, just another attempt to grab headlines and irritate Asian Doll. But fans who'd been paying close attention noted that this wasn't the first time someone hinted at ASAP's extracurricular activities. If there's one thing the internet excels at, it's turning any whiff of scandal into a full-blown spectacle. The moment Asian Doll's name got tied to ASAP Rocky, social media turned into a battlefield of opinions. Some fans were furious on Rihanna's behalf, condemning any form of infidelity and calling ASAP a fool for risking his relationship with a global icon. Others shrugged it off, insisting the entire saga was a fabricated storyline, born from jealousy and the desire for quick clout. Within hours, hashtags cropped up on Twitter. Debates raged on Instagram comment sections under gossip accounts. Meme culture, ever present and quick to respond, exploded with humorous takes that highlighted the absurdity of the rumor while also acknowledging how quickly it had gained traction. TikTok creators jumped in as well, dissecting short clips of ASAP Rocky and Rihanna at events, speculating about their body language, or rewatching older interviews for clues that might confirm the rumors. Some people argued that Rihanna looked stressed in recent public appearances. Others said she appeared unwaveringly confident and that the scandal was all smoke, no fire. Long before any cheating rumors surfaced, a lingering question trailed Rihanna and ASAP Rocky's relationship. Why weren't they married? By the time she announced her first pregnancy, fans assumed an engagement, or even a secret ceremony, would come next. After all, they seemed devoted to each other, and Rihanna has a reputation for taking assertive steps in her personal life. But the months ticked by with no sign of an engagement ring, let alone wedding bells. Some blamed hectic schedules, while others suggested Rihanna was more focused on building her empire, from Fenty Beauty to Savage X Fenty, and wanted no distractions. Then a different theory emerged. Whispers claimed that Rihanna was uneasy about tying the knot because of her staggering wealth, which soared past the billion-dollar mark. She had built a global powerhouse through her music, fashion lines, and cosmetics brand, and fans speculated that she was wary of risking any part of that fortune if a marital split ever came. While many called that idea cynical, believing Rihanna wouldn't let money dictate a genuine love story, others felt it wasn't so far-fetched. Celebrities often sign prenuptial agreements to protect their assets, and it wouldn't be out of character for Rihanna, a famously self-made mogul, to be extra cautious. But now, with rumors that A$AP Rocky might have cheated, the billionaire question took on new urgency. If Rihanna had indeed been holding off on marriage due to trust issues, could these rumors validate her concerns? Did she sense that something was amiss, prompting her to safeguard her personal and financial well-being before taking a legally binding leap? Fans picked apart her actions, pointing to the unwavering support she showed A$AP during his legal issues as evidence that she was genuinely invested in him, even if they weren't legally bound. She made court appearances, provided moral and allegedly financial support, publicly displaying a commitment that many found admirable. Yet the image of her rushing to court to keep him from facing long-term legal consequences, only to discover he might be sneaking around with other women, struck a chord. It's like a modern twist on the Bobby Brown and Whitney Houston saga, some observed. That comparison might be extreme, but the notion that a strong, talented woman stands by a partner who's accused of reckless behavior resonates strongly in pop culture history. Whether these rumors hold water or not, they've cast a shadow over a relationship that once seemed unstoppable. While A$AP Rocky's alleged infidelities with Asian Doll created the biggest shockwaves, this isn't the first time the rumor mill has linked him to questionable behavior. Prior to Rihanna, he had a reputation as a bit of a wild card. From run-ins with the law to whispers of other celebrity hookups, his public image has always danced on the edge of controversy. Some fans shrug these episodes off, chalking them up to the normal chaos of youth, especially in the rap industry. But for others, it signaled a pattern that never truly disappeared. The alleged affair with Asian Doll isn't just a standalone rumor. It's the culmination of repeated warnings from gossip corners that A$AP Rocky isn't as committed as the public believes. Each new story that emerges, whether it's about him partying late into the night without Rihanna or being spotted in suspicious scenarios, adds fuel to the fire. Critics argue these patterns suggest he thrives on the thrill of boundary-pushing behavior. Amid all the speculation, the silence from Rihanna's camp has been profound. Despite the swirling rumors, she continues to grace events, oversee her empire, and appear, at least outwardly, unfazed by the drama. Perhaps it's her legendary poker face, a deliberate choice to keep the details of her personal life private. Or maybe she's in the thick of figuring out a situation far more complicated than fans can imagine. After all, they share two children, a business synergy that sometimes comes with being in the same industry, and an emotional connection built over years of friendship that evolved into love. For some, the question is whether this scandal, if it has any truth at all, will shatter what they've built, or if Rihanna will stick by A$AP. We've seen powerful women stand by equally controversial men in Hollywood before, and it doesn't always end in fairy tale bliss. Some suspect that Rihanna, fiercely protective of her reputation, might have an exit plan in place, especially if she's discovered irrefutable evidence of betrayal. Others argue she's more sentimental than she lets on. After all, she's poured herself into this relationship, sharing an intimate bond that led to expanding their family. Walking away isn't always that simple, even when the world tells you it's the smart choice. For now, it's a waiting game, played out on the world stage. Fans will keep dissecting every public appearance, every social media clue, and every offhand comment from insiders who may or may not be in the know. The final verdict could come in a sudden media announcement, or perhaps no announcement at all. A quiet evolution in their relationship that unfolds behind closed doors. Until that day arrives, the speculation will only grow louder, underscoring the delicate balance between public fascination and the private realities of two individuals who, beneath all the glitz, might be struggling with the same doubts and heartbreak as anyone else. Wherever this goes next, one thing is certain. It's a story that won't stop captivating viewers, leaving them eager to find out who stays, who goes, and which rumors were closer to the truth than anyone dared to believe.